Mm-mm-mm.
Welcome to the show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The two counts, always the best guests in Midwest. The two counts, great time guaranteed because we're the best of the best. Meet Ace and JR, Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the two counts. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the two counts, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The two counts.
The Two Count. The Two Count. Where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of The Two Count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
That's right, you fine folks. We're here. Half of us are sick, and the other third person is also not here.
You know, that's what JR gets for fucking with his voice all the time.
Oh, relax. So, yeah, JR is just off dealing with a little bit of technical difficulty, but he will be back soon. But welcome, everybody. It's another Two Count Tuesday here on Twitch and YouTube. We're happy to see everybody here. So, yeah, this is what happens when I got to be the fun and enlightened guy, you know? Like, I'm the one who has to be all cheery and, yeah, haha. Because Ace here is sick. Mostly of his family, it sounds like. He was telling us about Easter. Didn't go well. What's going on with you, buddy? Come back from Iowa sick?
I think so. Yeah, I just feel like shit.
Well, I will do that to anybody. Ha ha! Got him! So how'd the absolute show go on Saturday, my friend?
It was good. I mean, it was a shitty weather day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was cold and raining and then snowing, and then we got to drive through all of that on the way home. So it was just kind of shitty. The show itself was pretty good. Jimmy Wow made his return. It's a blur at this point. Like I said, I started to not feel good Saturday evening, and it just kind of got worse as the weekend went on. Crossing fingers, I'll be back at work tomorrow, though. We'll see how tonight's sleep goes.
Well, all right, man. It looks like we got ECW and Bryce Jordan. Two of our favorites, at least my favorites around here. And Bryce already commented saying no JR. You're right. So far, no JR. He's dealing with some technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll have him back here soon because, well, you know, he always asks the fun questions as far as like, what's wrong with you, Tom? And
well, I'm not gonna lie with
things.
Well, with me being not well, like I've paid zero attention to anything since Saturday because I've literally been sleeping the majority of my time. So like I have nothing to input wrestling wise right now on anything. I have not paid any attention to anything. I've spent most of the last 2 days in my bed.
Well, I mean, this is what happens. We're also coming down from that lull of no WrestleMania. WWE is still kind of figuring out what they're doing. I mean, because there's really no clear creative. It was kind of funny, interesting yesterday with Raw. Bronson Reed actually destroyed Bobby Lashley. So we are seeing a different take on some of these old NXT guys as well. And then also, I mentioned it in our group chat, got to see Josh C was also on Raw again last night. He's almost becoming a staple or staple over there at WWE. See him at Mania, see him on Raw. Man,
yeah, good old extra work.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he had to take a good old chair shot yesterday, but it's just part of the work, man. It's just part of the biz, right?
Yeah, man.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just literally laughing about. Is Jussie going to be on ROH this week too? Huh? Damn, that guy is working, man. Good for him, though. Good for him. Obviously, we're always big fans of people who've been on the show with us. So obviously, that's why we're talking to HCW and Bryce all the time. So this might be a short one, guys. I feel like I'm getting zero energy. I can't make fun of JR because he's not here yet. So, yeah, if you guys got questions for Ace, shoot him in the in the comments. This is what happens. We were all kind of like, we hit that WrestleMania peak and then just have so little energy for wrestling right now.
Oh, that's not even the case. I just am legitimately sick. Otherwise, I'd have more to say right now. I'm looking right now. Let's see. WWE Inc. deals with Twitch to allow talent to stream again.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. We get to see all of our favorite wrestlers out here on the platform.
Almost no restrictions was outlined as not permitting talent to stream with people from companies. It's cleared first. So, yeah, they'll be able to stream, just no crossover with AEW, apparently.
Well,
that was and that was one of the dumbest things that they did when they were. I mean, I get it, but it's also like, man, they're independent workers. Unless you're actually like taking care of them under the company umbrella, they should be able to do that.
Well, I don't disagree on that one, and also too, I think the no crossover, that's definitely a dig at things like up, down, down, and anything pretty much related to anybody on New Day. It seems like I don't think Big E or Kofi's necessarily going out there and doing a whole lot other than stuff with Xavier Woods, but it's still nice to see them be able to get out and make a little bit extra money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Big E, by the way, there was an update on that as well.
Yeah, he's emceeing or hosting like college basketball or football. Did I read that right?
I don't know. I clicked on a story and then now I can't find the damn story. So that's fun.
How's it sound now, boys?
Yeah, it sounds better.
Oh, hey, you're back to normal.
I had figured it out, but don't worry.
Bryce has been here. He's probably now upset that you're back.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we can always run a news story about him again.
Yeah, the USFL. They got going this weekend too. Thanks, Zach, for that one. Overlap with the XFL. I'm kind of surprised by that a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, Big E is an MC for the Michigan Panthers. Good for him. USFL. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. I mean, also let's talk about Bryce just brought up Jay White. He cut a promo this last week. I don't know if you guys saw it, but gimmick infringement. Apparently, him and Juice are top shelf gunslingers. I don't know what the hell that means, but I did not allow for this to happen.
Maybe you should get a hold of that sharp Mark Sterling, and he can take care of shit for you.
It's smart, Mark Sterling.
Whatever the fuck. I don't give a goddamn. I hate that guy.
I think
I'm honest.
Why?
He is.
Why do you hate him?
Yeah, he's not hilarious though.
He adds a good weasel aspect.
But to me,
he would probably do better if he just wasn't with Jade, because Jade has zero talent.
Jade definitely has a stank on her that, I mean, for a lot of people, I'm just like, I
kind of feels like if you worked with Jade, your career's over.
If they don't have Ty Valkyrie take that belt off of her, I'm gonna fucking blow my mind.
For the love of God, Tony Khan, put the cocaine down for 1 minute and please write that match correctly.
Well, I mean, they did have Billy Starks facing her at Battle of the Belts. So
yeah, but you knew that was going to be a squash match. Like,
I knew.
I felt like that was a nice introduction for Billy.
And that's a great, it's a great way to introduce Billy, who's been on Dark, and now she's signed there, so it's cool. But like, legitimately, story-wise, line, then who should be holding that stupid fucking belt? It should not be Jade. For the love of God, the only thing that's made her somewhat entertaining has been Mark Sterling. The fucking bad and whatever the chicks, the baddies, is that what they call again?
Yeah, the baddies. Yeah.
Daddy.
Every
The
one of them are
baddie.
doing jack shit now that they've gotten fucking squashed by Jade. You know what I mean? Like, it's the worst thing going in pro wrestling is Jade Cargill.
Here's the
And
thing.
Tony Khan has the biggest boner for it.
All right. Initially, when Jade was like all cocky, and it was kind of interesting. She was kind of interesting. She is no longer interesting. She has nothing to say. Her promos suck ass. She's not a terribly good wrestler. And copyright infringement on doing my fucking move. Fuck, what the hell is that? And I will say this. Mark Sterling is the only thing that makes that even close to bearable. But he only, I mean, it's like what they say, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit, because that's what they've given him.
No, it is true. It's hard to do anything with Jade. It's just, I really just don't understand it. I know we've talked about this over the time because she's held the thing for so long now, but it's like, it's just that it's like it really is. It's Goldberg all over again, where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, he has a look. He could do 2 moves. There's not much expected.
Here's why it's worse than Goldberg. Because Goldberg basically came out of nowhere. Jade had 2 matches and they gave her the fucking belt.
True.
It's
True story.
different. It's different with Goldberg because Goldberg, and Tom knows this from being a WCW guy, Goldberg was, I hate to say it, but the Great White Hope. You know, he was the guy that everybody was like, oh, we can't wait till Goldberg faces these NWO fucks, you know?
Right.
But with Jade, it's just like, why does she, and I don't think there's anybody that's like a huge Jade fan. I mean, there probably are, but
Tony Khan.
Unfortunately.
Well, and I mean, you guys are kind of hitting around the right point, I think, here is the fact that she does have the look, obviously. She does have a certain physical presence. But and then even that, her finisher is not. I mean, there's no copyright on it because I mean, I don't know how they're selling this as far as her and Taya, but I mean, Austin Kong used the same thing. Beth Phoenix used the same thing. They're just under different names, you know. So the Glam Slam or whatever the hell it was for Beth, and then the Implant Buster for Awesome Kong. But again, it's a move that a powerful woman could do. And that's exactly what Taya Valkyrie is as well. I mean, that's why you have them do it, because it's a lot like how certain people can sell the power bomb. Not Wardlow per se anymore, because that's lost its appeal too. But I'm just saying, like, certain people, when they hit the power bomb, you're like, oh, this is legit. Like, this actually is going to hurt somebody. Like, I almost think the jackknife power bomb by Kevin Nash is the one that can do it the most, because he's throwing you. He's not sitting down with you. He's just tossing you down. A little bit more anger to it.
But don't you now? And I'll ask Bryce too, because as a wrestler, you have more insight on this. Do you feel like the way that they've overused some of these finishing moves, that it makes it even more difficult to do anything that's worth a shit as a stunning finisher?
You know what it was, dude? You look back at like Taker Michaels Mania 25, probably the match that everybody claims was the match. And what was so great about that is it took fucking spot after spot after spot to end the match. But the story they told while doing it is what also made people buy in. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem now, is people want to kind of mimic these matches, but there's no story added to it. You're just doing the spot. So then it takes away from how these moves are so devastating. Like in that match, it made perfectly good sense on Michaels having to throw 3 fucking sweet chin musics to try to put Taker down and then not and then he still wins in the streak, and then next year is, you know, the career versus streak match. Like, all of that makes sense, and there's reasons those matches can do that while telling the story. It's just when you get matches where you just see fucking 20 super kicks in the first fucking 15 minutes, but there's nothing in between that to tell a story of like, oh my god, like they come out the gates with the shit now. And that's where it's like, well, now you've demeaned these things. That, again, it's almost losing the art of storytelling in wrestling and just doing the physical aspect of wrestling and doing the stunts.
Well, and you're definitely right on a lot of that stuff too, because now you're seeing some past finishers are now just either setup moves, or you have to have some kind of variation of it to make it that much more appealing, right? Or dangerous. So you mentioned super kicks. So obviously, like Sweet Chin Music is not the finisher for a lot of people. You know, it has to be like a super kick party or like stereo super kicks or whatever the hell they try to say for the Usos and all. But even then, it's still setting up for another finisher. And then a prime example is the DDT. I mean, I know Alexa Bliss technically uses it, and then also it's the Death Rider, or whatever Moxley's other part of that is called. So, but again, he makes it much more dangerous where he's actually picking the guy up and then dropping them on their head instead of just, you know, falling back and just drop on their head, which I don't know. Again, yeah, Raven did have one of the best DDTs. HCW is questioning my powerbomb knowledge. I forgot about Sid and the Awesome Bomb, by the way. Don't forget that Mike Awesome's was called the Awesome Bomb, not the Pipe Bomb. So, I'm sorry. And the Canadian Destroyer, yeah, that's lost a lot of its appeal lately.
But again, I feel it's that because you can pull that out a couple times in a match if you need to, but again, there's got to be a story to the match. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I think that's like part of the other thing is like with both of the shows having TV time, you know, the major players, that it's like a lot of times the story aspect gets thrown out because it's get in, we got to do this, we only have this much time, blah, 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 whatever it is. And it does suck because, like, the art of wrestling is supposed to be in front of a live crowd, and it's supposed to make that live crowd feel something. TV time just really fucks that up.
Sorry, HCW, I apologize. And yes, Bryce, you're right. WCW did fuck up Mike Awesome. I will say this, though, too. And Ace is correct. I mean, it is supposed to be for the live audience because the biggest thing is you're not supposed to have the commentators telling you all the moves. You're supposed to just see the moves and know kind of how dangerous they are based off of how everybody's telling that story. That's the biggest thing. And I know this might be breaking kayfabe a little bit here, but I mean, to see how some of these guys are taking them and stuff too. I mean, I mentioned to you guys when we were watching that Wardlow and MJF when that finally blew off, right? Or blew over. The way MJF was taking all those power bombs, he has his arms back. I'm like, that's the only way that looks dangerous now is like if he's not getting hit with it correctly. Because he was just, he wasn't hitting. Yeah, he was just like kind of throwing his arms back. I'm like, that looks just dangerous and painful. Like, there's just too many things going wrong with this. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. You mentioned not having the commentators and being for the audience. I mean, I remember going to when I was young, going to matches and the one that I really remember was at the old Met Center. And I don't remember who all was on it, but Hogan and Mr. T were wrestling Orndorff and Cowboy Bob. And you didn't need the commentator, because you're and it's a house show, and it just was, you could tell by the moves that they were doing. And of course, there was old school. Headlock still meant something. Headlock still was painful.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fucking does that shit anymore.
Unless it's like the bulldog choke or something like that. I mean, but you can't really just even like wrench in and from like a front headlock, and then, which is weird because it's still, if you can get that in at a certain angle, it is still a way to choke somebody out. Which
yeah.
I don't know. What's up, Ace?
Well, and also now you got AEW adding another show to the mix of things, which is going to possibly split up the schedule more. Here's my thing with this. It's cool. Like, another show is never going to hurt and just get you out to more people. So that's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they already do have 2 YouTube shows and 2 TV shows. So I'm maybe overkill, but I could be wrong unless it's going to like actually showcase ROH. Doesn't sound like it. What I don't like is hearing about what they're going to do with the show. And that is basically, it sounds kind of like it's going to be CM Punk's show. It's going to be him coming back, making his debut. And like people who are willing to work with him are going to be that roster.
Brand split at Madhouse. Hell yes.
Breaking news. You saw it here first, everybody. Brand split at Madhouse. We don't know exactly what that means, but
I want to be on the side that's chopping Tom all the time.
son of a bitch. Sad House. It's all emo wrestling. Good job, Malice. Does that mean Nihilus is going to be over there, or Saint?
Let's go.
No, I'm kidding. I love Saint. He's a good dude. Who you gonna put over there? Matt?
Just fucking dashboard confessional all day coming through the speakers at that show. That would be fun.
That could be something different.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's cool. Again, good for them for adding another show. I don't like if they're going to use this show just to bring Punk back and let people go. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad you're dividing your roster because of one fucking guy and his shitty attitude backstage.
Well, what that does is it proves to me that Tony Khan is nothing more than a fanboy, fantasy booking shit. You know, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy for all of the people that we know that have had a chance, but Jesus fucking God, you know, it's like TNA all over again. Well,
and they say that Punk has said that he wants to possibly work with the Bucks and Kenny and the Elite. They said that they're busy with their contract negotiations, which is why there's been no conversations. I think really it's just the Bucks and Omega are like, fuck you, dude. You know, like, you're the guy that went off script. You're the guy that went off and dogged us in front of everybody. And then when we confronted you, you're the guy that started swinging. Like,
that's what it sounds like. That's,
you know what I mean?
Got at least.
So it's kind of like, will they ever work together? Like, yeah, and that's the other thing. It is a gamble. It's a gamble right now.
I think a lot of it is that's primetime Saturday is kind of a traditional, wrestling. I mean, that goes back to the old TBS days.
Clove cigs and eyeliner.
Well, so there's also the fact of, obviously, JR, you and I are in entertainment ourselves. Ace is obviously doing commentary for everybody and their mom at this point, at least in Iowa. So
more ring announcing now, actually, bud.
Wow, yeah, that's fair. I'm sorry about that, but so he's ring announcing for
everybody.
You're
doing more commentary than me.
That's true, except for those last week.
And that was kind of shitty too, man. Because like not feeling well, like that just kind of made things a little more worse. It would have been nice to have you there, but what's up with your mom?
It would have been nice to be there, but the El Toro show and JR, it's actually a lot of fun.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, there's no hotel for a headline either, so it's still 2 hours away or so. But good crowd, man. I mean, we didn't pack the house, Day and I, but it was definitely a good show. So, and I didn't have to go 2 extra hours down to Iowa for it. So, it was still 2 hours just to get to El Toro, which then not
good?
2 extra hours. I got 70 or 25 extra bucks for bringing the equipment. So,
nice.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Slightly better. It's still a feature set, man. So you know how it goes. Yeah, I don't want to say exactly on here as far as what it was, in case anybody here is
come on. Everybody wants to know.
No, they don't.
Everybody wants to know.
This is our kayfabe, goddammit, okay?
Everybody wants
You
to know
keep it-
how much
hey,
does Jer
hey.
Dog pay?
JR, you keep it kayfabe, goddammit. Keep it. Hey, keep it kayfabe. I made billions of dollars this last weekend.
Good. Did
I'm
you sell
moving that
merch?
top.
Did you sell
I actually
merch?
did have our patches. I should have just sold some of those. I did get a $20 tip though from a guy. He was very impressed by Day and I. So
Good.
yeah, and Day sold a lot of stuff, which is good for him. I gotta just find some good merch and stuff like that. So
How about if you just have a shirt that says Ginger and proud of it?
ouch. I feel like I'm stepping on like most of Darren Corbin's merch, by the way. I don't know if you've seen some of his merch.
Whatever. He doesn't sell any merch at comedy shows, dude.
You don't know that. He's a funny dude though. I mean, so he might get in comedy.
Well, he ain't in it now. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Bryce. Yeah, one Billy. That's all I do. I don't leave my house for less than a Billy.
One goat.
That's right. Well, I am the greatest of all
I
time.
tell people I don't start the car for less than 200.
See, and that's a prime example right there, man. Because not to go off strip, but this may be going back to some of our comedy roots here as far as all that goes. There's so many people who are willing to do just some of this jackassery for fucking next to nothing. I'm like, there's no reason for it, dude. All you're doing is just telling everybody else, like, hey, I will work for peanuts because I got nothing anyways.
Yeah.
Because if you work for peanuts, you got nothing for comedy anyways. So Corey, I'm coming at him next show and proving him wrong on a certain topic tomorrow. You better trim them brows because I got flames. Oh shit, HCW coming in with some smoke tomorrow on our KC UK show. So all right.
UK.
Ace, you haven't checked us out yet? What's the deal, man? You don't like side projects?
What are you talking about?
KC UK, man. You haven't checked us out yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen you like post one thing about it.
I'm not posting about it. Corey's posted about it, man.
How am I supposed to see it then? I don't think I follow Corey on anything. Dude, why don't you advertise your own fucking show? What kind of fucking co-host are you?
Well, because I'm not necessarily proud of that show. I get harassed way more over there than I do from any of our guests or you guys or anybody in the chat. So, because all those are some old school like Corey friends or fans and some Steel Toe fans, and boy, they cannot let some shit go. That is for sure.
I'll be honest with you, man. Compared to Corey, we're fucking nice to you.
Yeah, I know. See, and that's somebody I consider a friend, which is very sad about my mental state.
Well, Corey's always nice to me. Always cordial. Always, he's one of the sweet, but he hates your fucking guts.
I wouldn't say it's hate. It's
has disdain. He has disdain for you as a person.
I would say disdain might be one. Yeah.
He's disappointed with you as a human.
Disappointed. I mean,
he's just disappointed with you as a human. I mean,
what? Has he told you this like directly?
Oh yeah, we DM strictly about you almost daily.
Huh. Well, I mean, at least he's talking to somebody. I guess that's. I didn't know you're acting as Corey's therapist, though, man. That's good for you, man. You're a better saint than everybody.
What the fuck? No, I'm just making shit up, dude.
Oh, of course you are. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that.
Well, you didn't act like it. I mean, when you started sniffling and rubbing your eyes, I thought, oh, fuck, we did it now.
Oh, you can see the tears? Ace, do you feel like giving us a rundown then about Absolute this last week or no?
I think he's watching something else.
HCW, we didn't blow over it. It just didn't make any sense. Yes, we know that Jade's current streak is longer than Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. And yes, early Sting is not as good as later Sting, but that's to be expected when he was a bodybuilder. So there you go. All right,
what
what do
are
we
you
got?
talking about? What about Undertaker and Sting's career?
ACW is just like, why did you fucks blow over my Undertaker and Sting career? Me and Bryce did, but he trailed off there and it didn't make any damn sense. But anyhow, yeah, he was talking about Jade's streak is more impressive than Undertaker's, and Undertaker's
she hasn't had
overrated.
Right? She hasn't had to do nearly as much shit as Undertaker, and she's got.
Yeah, but none of her streak has taken place at WrestleMania. So
This is true.
Well, and to be real fair, outside of the fact that her first match for that title, I should say, was against Ruby Soho, we all thought there's no way Jade's going to get this. It's a nice, rub as far as being towards the top of the card, at least for a title, but nope. Then they went the other way, and now she's just on this massive streak, everybody. So there we go. HCW, we brought it back. Now, Ace is not watching porn. Are you?
No, I was looking at what other things there are to talk about.
Now I feel like you're catching that show high right now, man. Like you feel like you sounded better, you're looking better, like you're engaged. Heck yeah, dude. Just had to say a few words, baby.
I'm literally reading just wrestling news to see if there's anything worth actually talking about, or if it's just all garbage.
I'll just respond to HCW real quick. It's super hard because who had the more impactful career? Well,
between who? Taker and Sting?
Yeah. I mean, I think 99% of people would say Undertaker did. But having said that, there's a lot of things that would not have happened in wrestling if it weren't for Sting. Sting was an integral part to the NWO story when he went crow.
Mm-hmm.
And was it as impactful? I don't know. I mean, it all depends. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about this. It's all subjective,
Right? Because hot take for me is Sting sucked. I never liked him.
Well, that's because you were
son of a bitch.
You were never really a WCW guy, though, buddy.
No, but if I was watching it, I'd rather have the NWO beat the shit out of him than him. I just never liked Sting. I thought he was always, especially babyface Sting with the whole fucking it was like,
oh yeah,
he just didn't do nothing for me.
Well, and so JR is right with if you didn't have Sting, that NWO falls flat because Sting was your, protagonist in that whole thing. And was the real cheerleader for and torchbearer for WCW still existing, right? Instead of giving up all power and control over the NWO. Oh, look, he's yawning at me now. It'll get better, I swear. But even that, Sting and Ric Flair and even Dusty Rhodes and a lot of the guys going from NWA and bringing it over to actually WCW with Ted Turner. I mean, that's a huge thing as far as especially getting wrestling into the forefront more than just WrestleMania or more than just WWF at the time, where once you had the Monday Night Wars, and that includes like Lex Luger and stuff too, I mean, now you really have a push where this is making national headlines and national waves in the media and all. So you can hate on Sting all you want. That's fair. No one has to have a favorite wrestler that's one of my all-time favorites, but it's fine. You're wrong on that one, Ace, but you're wrong. I mean, it's fair.
I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing. In Sting's day, I was a fan of Sting. I was more a fan of the NWO. But as I see Sting over at AEW, I don't understand. And we've all talked about this too. It's like I see him do stuff and I'm like, old man, don't jump it. Sting's 2 years older than fucking I am. And I see him jumping off of shit, and I'm like, don't do it, old man.
Yeah, him and Jeff Jarrett have no business being at these level of companies and taking TV time from talent. They just don't. I'm sorry. They don't.
And I think that's what we kind of saw Sting admitting last Wednesday with his promo against MJF, where, Showtime's almost over. I think this is his final push to get Darby to that, that main event at Double or Nothing and all. So, let's face it, it's going to be a 4-way for the title. So,
well, and the other thing too is I honestly don't feel Sting added anything to Darby. I really don't. I think Darby would be this big without Sting no matter what. He did it on his own. Sting just walked out with him.
The thing about Sting is there was that surprise, oh my God, Sting is here. And there was that nostalgia. But you're right. He hasn't added anything. And the only thing that he brings, in my mind, is that, he brings my son and I together when we're watching because we're always saying, be careful, don't do that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see Darby turn on him, but I'm not. I'd rather see MJF retire him, to be honest, because then that would give more sense for Darby to do whatever. I think you're right. I mean, I do.
Yeah, and I think he'd be great backstage, like Bryce is saying, and knowledgeable and help younger talent. I just don't think he needs to be on TV, especially Jeff Jarrett too. Take him off fucking TV.
Yeah,
Guy's been smashing guitars for how long now? Like, I don't need to see it no more.
So let me ask you this: Would you rather? Because we have both of them. Would you rather see Sting gone?
Oh, I'd rather see Jarrett gone. I'd rather see Jarrett gone. Sting is a bigger deal in the world of professional wrestling. Right. Sting has contributed more, I think, in my eyes, than Jeff Jarrett has. Granted, Jeff Jarrett's family as a whole has probably contributed to wrestling way more than Sting has solely. But between their two careers, I think Sting is that guy between the two. I've never liked Jeff Jarrett. I enjoyed the Double J heel stuff, but honestly, I just don't see any good reason on why they brought him in. There was no reason to bring him in. You had the Hardys, like those are kind of like, you got Sting, you got the Hardys. Those are kind of the guys that they're like on their way out. Like that's okay, but like Jeff Jarrett has no business being in a fucking ring again. Like this is all like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. These guys make Ric Flair think like he can still wrestle, and it's like, no, none of you should.
I mean, that might be true. I hope it's not true, but
I mean, look, there. Here's where I'll kind of disagree with you, Bryce. You got Dean Malenko there. He doesn't find the need to wrestle. He doesn't find the need to put himself and insert himself. There are plenty of guys in that back room, in the backstage, that don't feel the need to insert themselves into matches, and therein, I don't understand it. I would if Jarrett was working with somebody else other than Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, I would agree with you, but he's not, and they're not doing anything with anybody that's. I mean, Satnam Singh, I don't know who. I mean, he needs big guy help, and I got to think that the Big Show's helping him, and maybe Mark Henry, But I see ego more with Jarrett than I do with helping people. I mean, this is just my opinion.
100%.
I'm not there.
100%. Jarrett has more probably bad stories of being an asshole backstage than Sting ever will. Yeah, that's a good storyline. I'd probably be into that. Yeah, for sure.
And also too, I mean, not to step on toes here or anything like that, but Dean Malenko's also not in good health. I mean, he has Parkinson's, he has diabetes, he recently had a heart attack back in December. So, I mean, obviously, he's closer to being completely done with the business. I mean,
but you got Jerry Lynn, Jerry Lynn, who could probably, if he needed to, be in the ring and wrestle, but he's not. He's back there giving fucking advice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rick is busy getting high and living that good life. I don't know about that good life. He's just trying not to die, I think, at this point.
Well, let's face it. Ric Flair had one last opportunity to get married and probably being finally happy, but he loves his own lifestyle too much and who he is and who this character is that he's developed. I mean, the man's broke. And he's still trying to be that guy. So, I mean, if he's getting high right now, it's probably off of Viagra. What now?
But is he broke anymore, though? Because the guy's fucking everywhere still. He's got his own weed. He's doing all this shit. I don't know.
I don't know. Some of the stuff probably can't pay you that much money. I mean, some of it might be just for him to survive kind of money. You know,
I think he's making endorsement money though.
Yeah,
like,
he's doing a ton of endorsements on a ton of different shit.
depends. Every fucking
HEW. I don't know if the
walkthrough
man of 1,000 holds needs DDP yoga because I don't think DDP yoga can cure Parkinson's. But I mean, that'd be a guy I'd like to see come back for one more match. DDP, baby, come on now, diamond cut everybody.
I mean, can we be honest? He was the true WCWC guy back in the
Mm-hmm.
NWL era. Fuck Sting.
Well, you're only saying that because that's when he finally got his titles and stuff, and he was an old dude at that point. I mean, he started
He was an old dude when he started training. He was like already almost 50.
No, when DDP started training,
he was like in his mid 40s.
No, he broke into professional wrestling at 35.
As a manager, though, he didn't get into the ring till his 40s.
Yeah, that's probably true, but not until he's almost 50.
Because he was managing an AWA.
Yeah,
that was like his first place.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Bryce. Are you sure Diamond Dallas Page was that good? I mean, WWE told us he was a pervert. Or at least a stalker, right?
I mean, at the end,
they lost a woman.
Well, and at the end, I'm sure they both laugh about it. Like, Taker's like, "Ha! Can you believe I had her name on my fucking throat?"
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. Maybe maybe that was it.
John Morrison got a big boxing win. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see who it was against, but I did see that he got the win.
He makes $35,000 a year on his weed and name collab. That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, even that, like $500,000 for a guy who's wrestled that long, that's pretty sad, actually, because the guy was making millions a year. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's nice that he's been able to live this long and survive and all, but again, when you're worth $500,000 and you've done how many years of wrestling, probably making high six figures. So, I don't know.
I would save my money.
Aren't you saving your money now?
No,
you only got to make it a couple more years.
I don't make enough money to save right now. Whatever I have left over, I just toss out in the street and watch the children run around and pick it up.
I was gonna say it's a terrible thing to do to your son. Hey, go get it.
Here's the rent. Go find it.
What do you mean, man? That's a mortgage payment, dude. JR doesn't rent. He's classy. He knows, man. He's paying that mortgage.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what? They're like, Dad, what will we get from you when you die? Will there be an inheritance? Say, yeah, you'll inherit some fucking credit card debt.
Oh yeah.
No, actually, as long as it's only your name on that account, man, they won't inherit shit. Just a little FYI there. So if you die with credit card debt, they certainly can't pass it along to your next of kin. Justin Tyler, thanks, man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you saying that.
KCUK.
Yeah. Thanks, JR. That's the next promo.
Yeah, we got a promo.
Tom looks so fucked up tonight. I want to go missionary with him hard. AF KCUK. Is that what you wanted to hear? I could do the fucking promos, man.
That's the promos on your other show?
Yeah, dude. KCUK, what do you think it sounds like?
No, but like they're talking about you doing weird shit.
Oh no, it's
just weird shit here. We made out with the Big Lebowski for money.
Yeah, I'll do a lot of things for money, guys. I don't. Speaking of money, where's our hype train? It's just like 6 people here. 5 people. No, I mean, no, it's a fun show. Ace, you should check it out, man.
Yeah, send the link out and I'll do it.
Fine.
Like, dude,
let's see, what is it?
Well, no, like when you're on, just tweet it out or something.
Oh, I get you. I'll find it. Don't you worry about it, baby bird. I got you.
When do you do this?
Tomorrow night. We're doing it. So that's the thing. We do it live, and then Corey pulls them about like half an hour later, and then slices them all together and just makes a podcast out of it available through either Spotify or his Patreon. So I do see money from that eventually, I guess.
The guy that's the announcer's pretty. The guy that's the announcer's pretty fucking good, by the way.
Did you guys see all the shit with Vicky Guerrero and her family?
It's pretty fucked up, man. That's why I didn't really just want to touch on it because, it's
yeah, but now it's like sounding fucking
said,
crazy because now it's like, did it happen and Vicky's just letting it happen, or did it not happen? Chavo seems to be taking the side of the daughter saying it happened. The other daughter's no, it's all lie. Plus, does that have anything to do with? Because this came out right after all of a sudden she's not being used by AEW anymore till the end of the contract.
Well, because she's already said that she, appreciates her time in AEW and blah blah blah, but she didn't feel like her character could grow. Which you're a manager, it's really up to you at that point.
So the one thing they're not saying in all of this, recently posted a video TikTok accusing her stepfather Chris Benson of sexually assaulting her on a cruise before the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020. That was the Jericho cruise.
It was. She mentioned it in a video.
I was on it. I saw them. They were all on it.
Yeah. And yes, Bryce, you're right. It is kind of a mess. Apparently, Vicky is disowning her child over this. She's siding with her husband on this and saying that she's tried to take her daughter to counseling for years prior to all this. So again, it's kind of a mess. It's a lot of family drama that since Vicky is a public figure and obviously her name attached to a very public family, especially in wrestling, it's going to get put out there, especially with, as they said, if it was a public spot where the accusations of this occurred. So and there could be potentially a lot of witnesses, Ace included.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any of that. I saw Vicky on the boat with the husband and everything. They all seemed very nice and were having a good time. It's crazy to read that now it's just all that drama. I don't remember seeing the other daughter though. Mm-hmm. I do one day when they did an Eddie Guerrero specific podcast, they were all there and I remember that. But otherwise, around the boat, I just remember seeing Vicky, the husband, and the other daughter because she was her dance group was performing on the thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bryce is right there. So with Vicky disowning her daughter, it does seem like it's very much of a red flag that this is probably legit. Any accusation should be taken serious first and foremost, and then is there going to be an investigation? Obviously, it's much harder this many years later, but again, it's a lot of people taking sides that don't know anything about what has happened. They're just going off of what they've seen from Vicky or what they've seen from Charlene.
Oh, I don't even know.
So again, it's very, very messy. There's no on our end, since we are not inside on that stuff. It's very, very hard to form an opinion without knowing more of the facts, and I don't think any of those facts are really going to come out in the next.
Well, it's not that we have to have an opinion about the matter. It's just the whole it's a really sad situation for a family to have to go through this situation. You know what I mean? Correct. Eddie would be rolling over in his grave right now. This is fucking the shit that families shouldn't have to deal with each other. That's not how it should go down. Give a fuck if it's true or not. Just the fact that this stuff's out in the open and they're dealing with it and it's out there for everyone to see. That just sucks for, a blood related family to be in that position. You brought it up earlier about Big E. So he's going to be doing an official MC for all home games this season for Michigan Panthers. So is it pretty safe to say he's nowhere near getting cleared?
Well, I was seeing reports that he was still a few months, but if he's taking on a job like that, I think it's now probably another year or so, because you're now working for a different entity outside of WWE. You're doing different things. Obviously, he's going to still be training and probably working to get himself back in that route. But I mean, he's a very entertaining guy in the first place. He's not just a wrestler. He's very much a guy who can be a personality in a lot of different aspects. So
he's also said though, like he's cool if he never wrestles again. So you kind of got to wonder if that might start trickling in. Because if he's going to start taking other jobs and getting busy, like it's easy to then be like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to wrestle. Especially if it's a year. You know, he's already been out. How long? A year? Over a year now.
yeah. Well, and then with the injury and how it happened too, you got to look at, he probably wants to change the style of who he's facing. You know, he probably doesn't want to be facing guys who are throwing him anymore. So a guy his size or bigger, he doesn't probably want to work with. So that means you're not probably going to be at the title picture, at least the top title. You might be Intercontinental or US or something like that, but he's probably not going to be wanting to work with, certainly not Madcap Moss or who the fuck it was, Riddick or something, or whoever broke his neck on the throw.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think it was. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Mad Cat Moss. I know that. Also, this last weekend, Nick Aldis has now returned to Impact Wrestling. Looks like he's targeted on Steve Macklin, who won the title this weekend as well for Impact. That vacant title, right? Didn't Josh Alexander have to? Yeah, Rich Holland, that's who it was. Didn't he have to give up that title due to injury?
Yes, I believe it was a torn bicep.
Yeah, Wes was supposed to wrestle him soon, but that's not happening. Obviously, that's not happening now. It's going to be Rich Swann instead.
Yeah, but Josh Alexander, man, that's a dude, man. I feel so bad because every time he gets on these rolls, man, he gets some kind of injury that's been either nagging or he has to give up the title. And so, I mean, he's legitimately carrying Impact for the last few years, especially after they lost Ethan Page and stuff. And I mean, it really has been Josh Alexander and company, if you will. So, but it's good to see Nick Aldis back there, and Steve Macklin. He won the title. Deonna Purrazzo won the Knockouts Championship. So power couple right there, everybody.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see Aldis back there. Hopefully, watch them change his name back to Magnus.
God help me.
It's so hilarious. It is interesting to see though, because like, you know, when he left NWA, like for the most part, like at first it sounded like it was just a partying of the ways, and then Aldis started being like, no, fuck that place. Which then Corgan was like, wait, what? We had issues? I didn't know we had issues. I thought you just wanted to not be here anymore, and that was fine. So I do wonder, like, is that a big hit for NWA now that he's gone and in Impact?
I would say so, because what, Tyrus or Titus? Not Titus.
Tyrus.
Yeah. So he's their champion. And I don't think he's the personality that can carry that company to anything more than a few views. I heard that they were going to possibly bring in Marty Scurll. I don't think that's a good idea. At least not in the next probably 5 years. But I don't know. It's a nice product for what it is, and it definitely is giving people a stepping stone to get into other roles or other companies, it seems like. But I think they kind of know that if it wasn't for the fact that title is so iconic, not even the best looking title of all time, but it's just an iconic title, that's kind of where they have to go with it right now. It's like, hey, who wants a shot at this? Like Harley Race, you know, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, you know, like Tim Storm. So, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things, I guess. What do you got, JR? I know you want to say something.
Oh, I think Billy Corgan got interviewed on Howard Stern not long ago, and he's a fucking weirdo.
You think?
Yeah, gigantic, and he's another one that seems like he has the NWA simply because, and not because he has a huge amount of love. I mean, he does, but he's another kind of
He's a mark.
fanboy.
Yeah, he's a mark.
Yeah, and I have a hard time thinking, because you guys know this about me. I have opinions about a lot of different stuff, and because I've become older, I'm like, I don't ever feel like, unless it's something that has to do with me, or so I don't like to feel like I know. My ego does not allow me to say that I know how to do something better than somebody else or whatever. And that when Billy Corgan and Khan, and let's be honest, Vince to a degree, it's all ego driven. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how good that is for business. You certainly, and we know this as performers, Tom, you got to have ego to get it over, right? You got to have ego to get the job done. But you have to be able to temper it so that you don't become oblivious to reality. And I think like with Billy Corgan particularly, I mean, I thought, and granted the pandemic killed him, but I thought they had a fantastic show with NWA Power before the pandemic. I fucking loved it. It was nostalgia all the way. It was fantastic. And I don't know what I mean, they're back to having nothing,
Well, and you're right. Going back to the studio shows and doing it really old school like that had a good feel. They really do have a good commentary team, as far as Madison Rain and Tim Storm actually brings quite a bit to the commentary table from that old veteran style. Because being a WCW guy, I wasn't really even an AWA guy, so I didn't really know Larry Zbyszko from his wrestling days. But him being on commentary as the living legend, I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome. And that's really kind of what Tim Storm is doing, but more from a good guy persona. But I mean, you're right though too. Like, those studio shows were great. Power was a great venture for them. They should have just kept it on YouTube. They decided to go and try and do it through like Fight TV or something, or their own paid subscription. And just, why? You got to make it work for everybody. And wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Bryce. Don't say that Brett can't lace up Goldberg's boots. I mean, he probably can't now physically, but anyhow, I don't know. It is unfortunate because obviously, yeah, Bryce is also right when he said that the pro wrestling is an ego-driven biz. Yeah. It is, but I think that there needs to be some common sense towards the top where, how do you get business done? How do you get the storylines created? How do you get these guys to work together? So again, sometimes you just need a good manager in place, a good people person to kind of bring everything together as far as what creative wants, what the wrestlers want, what management wants, what TV executives want. I mean, come on, some of these things aren't that hard, and this is coming from a guy who has some supervisor and some management and leadership duties in the past. Like, some of these things aren't hard. I can look at anybody and just tell them how to act, but are you showing them how to act? Are you creating an environment that allows them to actually grow into what they're supposed to be? I mean, come on, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not as hard as some of these places are making it out to be. I mean, AEW could be huge right now and probably have overtaken WWE if Tony Khan would have just, pumped the brakes, probably not gotten rid of all of his EVPs or given them zero to do. And even some of those guys probably need to swallow their pride a little bit earlier. Cody probably won. The Bucks, Kenny, but that's what happens, Sometimes you just grow too big too quickly.
And the thing is too that you get. I mean, look, you got to have ego in entertainment, and wrestling is entertainment. You have to have it. And Bryce, you're absolutely 100% right. But you got to know when to temper it so that you can work. I know so many people, and that are funny, and they don't get booked on a lot of stuff. And one of the reasons why is because they are fucking difficult to work with. In the comedy business, it's like kind of a three-pronged deal, right? If you're a draw, you can be an asshole. You know, you can let your ego override everything. But there are very few people that are that draw, you know, just by their name, that they can say, hey, I get to do this. And, you know, I just know so many people that are they're deemed hard to work with. And, you know, when they talk about it, you know, when they're releasing people in WWE, it's super hard for me because I know what that means sometimes. Sometimes it's an excuse for another shortcoming, as I think it is with WWE a lot of the case.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you know, and when you're the management, like a Tony Khan or a Billy Corgan, who may be difficult to work with, now you got a whole nother ball of fish.
Ball of fish?
Kettle of worms. Whatever you want to call it.
I never heard that phrase, so I appreciate that, JR.
I just made it up on the spot. You can use it.
I think it's ball of wax.
Ball of wax, kettle of fish. Kettle of fish, kettle of worms. I don't give a shit. Anything you put anything in a kettle. Kettle of peanut butter. I don't give a fuck.
Thanks, Iowa. Appreciate it. See, I had to at least do one of them, you know, mostly because Bryce is still here, and you know, every once in a while he might actually join your side if I start poking at you for Iowa too much.
Jeff Hardy made his return.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he did the same stupid mistake almost twice, because when he came back that last time, he got up on the ramp and he started doing this whole, and he almost did that again this last week. He started showing off the chair to the cameraman, and then a couple of these as he was going down the ring, he's like, "Just get down there, dude. You got a chair. Sure, you painted it up. Cool, awesome. That means it's premeditated. Premeditated. Excuse me. But it's like, okay, but get down there, man."
Yeah, you're supposed to be out there to make a save, not to make an entrance. I mean, Jesus God, you know, Matt could have got stabbed before he got down there to the ring.
I mean, no. Maybe, I guess you don't know. Big Bill looks like he could have been that guy, maybe just carrying something around.
Hey man, the way they're bleeding at AEW. Oh my gosh! And you've seen the picture of fucking Don Callis's melon,
dude. Like I don't know if you saw Finn Balor's new shirt yesterday, where it's Finn : 14 staples. Dude, Don Callis should do one where it's Donnie 22 or something like that, man. Because swear to God, dude, that is horrific.
It is. I don't think he could, because I'll be honest with you, I do not know how to hit him with a chair properly.
I have taken a chair shot from Alex Wanna, by the way, before as like a dare.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, it was literally after the not Conor McGregor. It was after the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight, and we brought over a steel chair from Corey's place to his neighbors who were had rented or paid for the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and then he's like, "I always want to take a chair shot." I'm like, "I'll take a chair shot if you want a chair shot. Like, you know, I give one, you give one." Okay, so you just got to learn how to hit it square in the back. I mean, again, we could have Josh C back on here again. He took a great chair shot last night. Chair shots do suck. Shanky's here, everybody. Shanky baby's here. So now we got the boys here.
Shanky 5 minutes ago.
Top shelf, baby. Oh, was he 5 minutes ago? Oh, he was. Oh shit. Sorry, Shank. Not seeing everything right away, guys. I apologize.
Because your ego does not allow you to read the chat.
I'm trying. Yeah, it still hurts. It was not a good feeling. I still put decent. Actually, I would put all those chops above the chair shot, because I don't think Alex wanted to deliver it with the full brunt of it. But very dumb still, because we did not know anything.
Where did he hit you, in the back or in the head?
I mean, I bent over a little bit, and then he hit me square, like right across the upper back from the side, pretty much.
I will tell you this.
You know it, chiseled Adonis. You know it.
Death Dealer did throw one hell of a chop this weekend to your boy Andy. That fucking echoed in the venue.
I've seen the film or the film, the video from it, and even Jimmy Wild was like, remind me to never get. Well, he used the shoot name and stuff like that, but yeah, never remind me to never get him angry. And even JT Energy's on the apron, you just see him just.
It was loud.
Yeah. The film. I went to the film, everybody. I'm starting to sound like JR in his oldness.
What's in your mug tonight?
Water. Still not drinking this month.
What
Huh?
Pussy. Nothing.
Not a pussy. What do you mean, what a pussy? How dare you?
Funny comedy sketch where Tom gets the shit beat out of him with 5 guys and some chairs. Yeah, I think that'd be a great video.
You never know what might be coming with the Reverend Revival that Ricky Norton is going to be putting on the 23rd of June over at Terminal Bar. See, I'm promoting myself now, guys. I don't know exactly what my role is going to be on that one, but there you go. I'm not going to be selfish, Jesse. If it's funny, it's funny. I'll do a lot of things for comedy and money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, if David Chandler shows up tonight, or DC, if he shows up tonight, man, I mean, sky's the limit. He was throwing around subs over at Corey's channel today, like they're going out of style. So who knows what's going to happen? You'll buy the spike chairs. Oh my God, Jesse. Come on, man. Jesse, you remember Ricky Norton, don't you, Jesse?
Did you see that they changed the King and the Queen, King and Queen of the Ring to Night of Champions now?
Yep. Well, it was going to be over in Saudi anyway, which I don't understand how they could have pulled that off. I like the fact that it's all going to be in one night, but I don't like the fact that it's going to be over there.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes that pay-per-view like 4 hours now, for sure.
Well, it's gonna be long anyway because it's Saudi and that's what they're paying for, right? They're paying for a long show. The show starts at 11 o'clock here and gets over at like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're going to try to get Roddy Piper on the bill.
Andre.
Yeah.
Dig him
All
up.
the greats.
Dig him up.
Bruiser Brody.
Bruno Sammartino's coming back for that one.
Yep.
Dig him up. Prop him in the corner.
He's been on the show, Jesse. He's been on our show, Jesse. Ricky Norton has. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, we weren't able to do a Tom game that night because Ace was over there being selfish with a charity gig. Ugh. DJing, what a biz.
Most people do avoid Tom, Jess.
That's not cool, Jesse. Thanks also for the 100 bits, by the way.
You know what? He's at least being honest.
I know. That's why I said thank you for the bits, too. He's the only one that's helping us out tonight.
Pretty much for $100, you can insult 100 bits. You can insult Tom any way you want to, and he'll take it and not say anything back.
I mean, I will say some things back.
No, it wouldn't be. We'll mute you.
I wouldn't be top shelf if I didn't agree to if I just rolled over and died. Okay, I'm top shelf because of who I am. Okay. Why you have that smirk on your face, JR? You just waiting to mute me?
It's not a smirk. It's not a smirk.
You lying son of a bitch.
I just think about you and I think,
Top shelf again. You guys want to talk about the gimmick infringement that is again running rampant over at AEW with Top Shelf?
That would be Tom like saying that you are being copyright infringed upon because you had something like when fancy ketchup was a thing and people said, oh yeah, I'd like to have ketchup. I mean, the motherfuckers are infringing on my copyright.
First of all,
come on, Bryce. Jesus, don't fucking lick his butt.
Hey, you do not talk about Bryce like that. Just because Bryce and Shank are two of Team Top Shelf
I
The
think
founding
it's
members,
just,
if you really will.
you know, look, I think it's just a shame because, you know, I think the world is Shank.
Yeah, we know.
And unfortunate, and it's just unfortunate that he has to hang around with a couple of douchebags.
First of all, do not talk about us like that, okay? We are not douchebags. Bryce Jordan is a golden god, and Shank himself is the Adonis, okay? The chiseled Adonis himself. All right? Now, they are top shelf life. So that's how you just got to step off right there, and you just got to take it in a notch here and just swallow your pride there, JR, and just understand that you yourself will never be top shelf because you have decided to demoralize the whole system. And I'm just now spouting off words here. But listen.
This Justin, our investigative team has uncovered some remarkable news about professional wrestler Bryce Jordan, also known to some as the Golden God. There is apparently an investigation regarding Jordan's propensity to kick a yet unnamed podcast host in the testicles. There is clear video evidence, but the question is what type of punitive damages might be requested? Monetary compensation? A public apology? Even a match with stipulations as requested by the kind, generous, and intelligent victim are all on the table. And finally, in the news, Top Shelf Tommy is still a douche. More news as it happens.
Man, just spot on reporting right there.
I don't know how it's still breaking news when we've been showing that for 3 weeks. I guess some things never change. So sorry, Bryce. I did not pay for that. JR paid for that. So there you go. You get what we pay for, or who pay for it, I guess. So
see, and notice that Tom will not spend a dime.
I tried. I did. I was trying to get anybody to use the hashtag the number 2 and count during WrestleMania, but no one used it other than us. So unless you guys want me to buy you some merch, but no one else used it, man. So don't know what to tell you, man. Should make an app called Only Shelf, and it's a picture of top shelf liquor. You pay a monthly fee to see. Oh man, that's funny, Jesse. What you got, Ace?
What's that?
You said like you're gonna jump in there? No. HCW, you gotta stop with the dick nose stuff, dude. Don't do the dick nose stuff, dude. It's not funny.
I'm so happy you reminded me of him being a dick nose.
It's not funny, HCW. Okay.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
It's not beautiful, JR. Just stop it. It's not a dick nose. First of all, this is a pristine nose here, okay? I am not a chiseled Adonis, but I am not some dick nose punk, okay?
No, you're a chiseled dick nose punk.
Yeah.
Ace!
What?
Watch it, dude. Okay? I have no problem driving down to Rochester right now and whooping your behind. I do have a problem with that. I got to work in the morning. I was up way too late watching the Wild last night. Did you guys? Yeah, you guys see the Wild game last night?
Fuck these late times for these games. By the way,
you know what happens though? What happens is that
I went to bed after that. I didn't watch overtime.
Yeah. First of all, here's the thing. We're unfortunate because we're not a major media market, and so they are always going to put us at the back end. They always are. And it sucks. Because now here's the other thing. I would say that out of all the games that were played, and the Kings and Oilers went to overtime as well, but that game was over quickly. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that with basketball, they put the Wolves on later, even though it was against Denver, because they know it's going to be a blowout. The Wolves are not going to win that series. They don't stand a fucking chance.
Correct.
And the Phoenix Clippers game is much more entertaining and is going to be more attractive to more people in a better time slot.
Well, and then so there's also this too, is that right now, since ESPN and TNT TBS are covering both NHL and NBA games in the playoffs, they're having to do this whole mixed match of schedules where, okay, we're going to run these because these are Eastern Conference, so they need to be done by a certain time anyways. So since we fall in the Western Conference, even though we're the Central Time Zone, it's just, again, it's a major problem. That game didn't start until 8:30. The Kings and Oilers started about half an hour after the Wild game did, and they finished almost a full 45 to an hour before that
double
because
overtime, though, dude. Fuck.
Well, and that's exactly, when you have a full intermission and then full period.
20-minute two 20-minute overtimes. That's fucking ridiculous. No, you're
So
right, Bryce.
During
You're
the third
right,
period.
Bryce. You are 100% right. No one hit on that poor girl. She was good looking. None of the guys hit on her. It was amazing. Yeah, I don't know if she was there when you. I don't know if you were there. If she was there when you were at the Forte Frenzy place,
No.
Fort Frenzy place there, Tommy. But one of the bartenders was pretty good looking.
No, I was overdoing my job at commentary. So.
Oh, this is after the show, you dumb fuck. Don't act like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back in the actual area because I was only in the entertainment center. I didn't go out into the game area or whatever.
No, dude, there's a bar in there for the people watching the show.
I know, jackass. I was trying to say that. I went over there during the intermission to get a fucking soda. I didn't see anybody attractive over there. So,
okay, then yeah, she must have.
Unless you're talking about me, I did see myself in the reflection of the fucking bottles. But I did see somebody attractive over there, and it was this guy, top shelf, baby. Who's with me? Huh? Who's with me?
Nobody.
All right, HCW. Let me know what you want from the merch site.
What a dick nose.
You're just, no. This is why I have stress ball now, by the way, guys, because of fuckers like you.
No, it isn't. Here's the thing: you, with your ego, you're gonna ruin it, and your top shelf compadres are gonna say this guy's a douche. Let's just go on about our business. We don't need to have a moniker. We can just live our life and know that we're better than that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dare you? Who are you to say this kind of shit to me, JR?
I'm an elder statesman. I'm a man with a plan. I'm a guy that can keep a secret.
Man with the plan, the guy who can keep a secret.
I'm all of it.
Sure. You can't keep secrets. I know you can't.
I can if I want to.
Bullshit. Tell me.
Tell me a secret I should keep, and I won't tell anybody. I promise.
All right. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I've been told I have a dick nose. I don't believe it, but I've been told I have a dick nose. Don't tell anybody.
That's not a secret. Yeah, see, Bryce, tell me a secret right now. Tell me something that nobody knows, and I will keep it quiet.
Did you know I have red hair? It's not much of a secret.
This is what's beautiful, because if you were top shelf, you would have no problem.
He's a ginger.
Saying, yes, I'm going to do it. And so you're trying to dance around it all, just like, oh, I'm so clever, I'm not going to do it. and it would be even more ballsy for you to just say, you know what? I'm not going to do it, rather than trying to dance around it like some KCUK station guy.
Listen, okay, I don't know
what you are a massive douchebag, and Bryce already knows that.
That's fine, whatever. And I don't think he's saying that to me. He's saying it to you.
No, he's not saying that to me.
Also, how can I say?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. Jesse, I told you that in private, and now you're just sharing that secret with everybody. That's not a friend, Jesse. This is why you and I don't always get along. So now you have betrayed my trust on Twitch. That's not fun.
To be fair, I think Jesse has betrayed your trust in person too.
Yeah, I know he has. Sold me down the river multiple times. Anything for a buck, right, Jesse? You want these guys to love you? Thanks for that 100 bits, man. That's real nice of you.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's super kind.
You can't say you love me now.
I I throw you under the bus, Jesse? I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm saying you're an honest man.
No, he's still right. You are an SOB though.
No. See, that's not a secret either.
Snack packs.
Why did
it was a goddamn snack pack.
Why'd you eat him in a bathroom though?
Thought that was your snack pack.
Because he's stealing them, JR. What do you want him to do? Eat him in front of everybody he stole them from?
I mean, that would be extra badass.
That'd be like if you were second grade and doing that shit. Yeah, you'd be badass.
Just eating it like I'm eating your fucking pudding, bro.
And you
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
It's like
what are you gonna do?
I sent you guys that clip in our chat from the animated series of WWE Camp where Cena walks in and like snorts Undertaker's dead grandparents, and he's just like, "Oh snap, yo! I just snorted your dead grandparents," and like just walks away. And it's like that. You know, it's a mic drop moment for sure.
Fair enough, but I'll be real honest with you guys. I'm not appreciating how this night ended. Okay,
What?
where it's his turn. HEW is getting on my case and stuff. Yeah, HEW, you just hit me up, man. What do you want from the merch store, man? You let me know and I'll buy it for you. Tell me what size or whatever you want. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, he said.
But I literally did not see anybody fucking tweet or Facebook or Instagram
look it up.
post.
I'm sure he did. Why would he lie about it?
Well, I'm not saying he's lying about it. I'm just saying I did not see it on any of the fucking social media.
If I were you, I wouldn't accuse somebody unless you checked.
I did check, you clown. I'm telling you right now, I checked.
You know how
it.
to look up a hashtag?
Are you serious right now? You're coming at me. I'm half your age, you old fuck.
You could look it up right now and see if he said. I mean, if you want it, if you really don't trust him.
Did I say I didn't trust him? I said I didn't see it.
You're implying that you didn't trust him.
You know what? You say implying, I say inferring that I'm going to get him his shit, dude. Okay? God. Fuck. Are you kidding me? Jeez, JR.
It's exactly.
You know, this is why I lose my shit so much, is because when I let JR speak too much, he gets this self-righteous attitude, and I hate it. At least when Ace gets all going and stuff like that, there's a point to it. You're just being a prick to me, JR. This is why it is true. How dare you? You weren't bullied, HEW. You stole puddings. How were you bullied?
Yeah, I will say this out of
Oh, we had that? I didn't know that. But yes, Bret Hart sucks.
Yeah, you know, Bret Hart was, again, you talk about the ego and having the wrong kind.
Am I going to get in trouble if I play this?
What is it?
No, probably not. But sideways.
I know. I didn't know which way to do it when I did it. It's so funny.
Oh, snap, dog. Did you see that? I just snorted your grandparents.
Shit, that was cool.
It just makes me laugh every time.
I can't believe that WWE signed off on that, though.
That was a Seth Green deal. Like him and the Robot Chicken people made that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you not watched it? It's actually very fucking hilarious.
I have not, mostly because Seth Green and Robot Chicken is stupid as hell.
Yeah, but like they literally like Triple H's character, the whole thing talks like Stephanie. Like they just make fun of
it's gigantic caricatures.
It's hilarious. Like Sergeant Slaughter is by far one of the best characters in it because he's just like a badass in it. Like cartoon Vince catches him smoking a joint up on the roof, so they get high together. He's like raising horses for war. That one of the Bella twins is like sad about. It's actually a really funny show.
Camp WWE, is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
Look
maybe
it up, Jesse. Camp WWE.
maybe if I have some time.
It's on the old Peacock.
Yeah. They should
Yeah,
do
dude.
Sarge's Twitter personality on the show. It's called Old Racist. That's a good idea. Old
gotta love it,
Racist Liar.
You gotta love it. He follows everybody, though.
Is he,
Bet
isn't he
he
dead
doesn't
though
follow
now?
Tom.
Sergeant Slaughter?
I thought he was dead now.
No, dude, he's not.
Jesus, dude. How rude.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Nothing is wrong with me. I said I thought he was dead. I can't. I'm sorry. I thought I heard that he was dead. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Sergeant
Heard
Slaughter's
wrong.
not dead, apparently. And I swear to God, if I Google this right now and he's dead, I'm going to punch somebody when I see you guys.
Go for it.
He's
He was
not
tweeting.
dead.
He was tweeting today, dummy.
If he's not dead, admit
You
you're
don't
a
know if
dick
that was
nose.
his.
If he's not dead, admit you're a dick nose.
I won't admit anything.
Well,
Braun Strowman launched his own peanut butter company. In case anybody cares.
What's it called?
Let's see. It's called. It is in honor of his father, so that's kind of.
Oh, so you're going to go after somebody who's honoring their father. Oh, why don't you just talk shit about me then too, huh?
It's called Crusher Nuts. Seriously, it's called Crusher Nuts.
That's not a good name. That's a terrible name for it.
His father was Rick the Crusher Shear, whatever his real name is. So that's why it's Crusher Nuts. Y'all want some of my peanut butter, that Crusher Nuts?
Yeah, again, when you have
he should have. He'd have been better off. He'd have called it my dad's nuts.
Are you talking about Slaughter there, Bryce? Saying that he found everybody? Love the guy, but yeah, he's well, he wasn't even in the military.
No.
Like, can we all just remember that? Like, Sergeant Slaughter is not a real sergeant.
What?
It's like when everybody thought, like, I don't want to say everybody, but like casual fans thought John Cena was legitimately in the Marines.
Next, you're going to tell me that the Repo Man never really was a Repo Man.
No, but he got a lot of shit repoed from him in his day.
Do you guys know that's National Stress Awareness Month?
Oh, shit.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know what you should do if you're stressed then? Go watch the Super Mario Brothers movie because it's amazing.
Wasn't that fun?
Use a stress ball or a stress heart.
Did you see it, JR?
Yeah, I took the grandkids a couple of weekends ago.
Great movie.
It was super fun. The thing I loved about it was when they did some of it looked like gameplay when they were. I love that. I love that.
I love that. I love how insecure they made Bowser over if Peach was gonna like him. Because in the video games, you just never get that. He's just the bad guy, but like in the movie, he's so just. Is she going to like the Mario? Like, just so insecure.
Yeah.
And I mean, the song is just.
Jack Black was stellar in this. As far as I'm concerned, he stole the show.
That Peaches song, like the fact that that's charting right now.
Yeah.
And like might legitimately win an Oscar. Like
Crazy.
I hope he has to perform that live at the Oscars because it's up nominated. You know how funny would that be? Just in the middle of the Oscars, he's dressed as Bowser, just screaming peaches.
Yeah,
peaches. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it was. It pissed me off though. We had to wait till the very, very end, and you still didn't get to see Yoshi. You just saw him hatch.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so mad.
Love.
Oh, you mean so they could have a cliffhanger for next time?
Oh, they have like, dude, Tommy. They're doing this like it's Marvel. They've already got like the next 6 Nintendo movies planned out. Like Donkey Kong is getting his own, which again, hilarious. Seth Rogen did Donkey Kong's voice, and it was fucking great. It was just great. So he's getting one. They're gonna do another Mario Brothers. I think they got a bunch of them planned out now. But it was really good.
The beautiful thing about that movie was that it is
he came
nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic for us. Young kids love it. because they're playing those games now still, and it was so cool to go to that movie and see such a wide range of ages and seeing families enjoying that movie together, you know. And
Yeah.
it was I mean, there was I mean, critics can go to hell. It was fun, and it was fun to be with young people. Like my grandson is 7 and my granddaughter is 4. They absolutely loved it.
Isn't that funny? The critics hate it, but it's the #1 movie in America right now.
Yeah.
That's because everybody was going to see. Well, not everybody. I haven't seen it, but there's a lot of people who are just waiting for something like this, anyways. Because the live action Mario Brothers thing was dog
So
shit,
bad.
so bad.
Yeah, and here's your tie into wrestling. Do you remember when Captain Lou Albano was Mario?
Yes. When they had that live action TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Super Mario Brothers show on Saturday
way
mornings.
back when.
Hey Tina, Tommy, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's actually very worth the money to go see Super Mario Brothers.
I mean, I have so many things going on this weekend.
Well, you don't have to go this weekend. I'm sure it's gonna be out for a while.
I mean,
very,
who
very
knows?
good. That's hilarious. I love that. Peach.
Honestly, I liked John Leguizamo until about 4 years ago. And then it seemed like every character he wanted to do was all very serious. I'm like, that's not you, dude. Like, you're fun. Ha ha ha. But whatever.
Dude, he was really good in Chef, though.
He was, yes. But again, he wasn't really a serious character in there. He was having fun with it. Like,
and I haven't seen it yet, but he's like the main villain guy in that Santa Thrasher movie that came out, Violent Nights.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was actually pretty good.
I did watch Cocaine Bear this weekend while I was sick.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was entertaining.
It was different. It was ridiculous.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it's what would be expected for a movie about a bear who's just hopped up on cocaine.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo did not play himself in Spawn there. HGW. He's not a fat clown or whatever. I think that's what his character kind of was like a hellish clown or something.
Maybe you're right, Bryce. Maybe you're right. I wasn't fully prepared for that movie.
You would have been okay if you would have done cocaine this weekend. That's kind of what I feel like is being said to you right now. I've had worse ideas, though. I have had worse ideas. That's a pretty bad one right there, but I've had worse.
Pretty bad. It's a pretty bad one.
In your probably top 10.
Yeah, no, Cocaine Bear was a good movie, though. I like Ice Cube's kid. I think he's funny.
Yeah,
not necessarily super funny in that movie, but like, yeah, it was. It was sad too. Being that it's Ray Liotta's last movie.
Yeah, that was absolutely because it didn't come out and it was so fun. Yeah, absolutely, it was absolutely Sharknado with a bear. I didn't realize that Ray Liotta was even in it until I saw him, and then it's been so long since he passed away. To see him was kind of like,
no. Yeah, it was. It was funny.
I don't know. Sharknado 3 is the fucking jewel in that crown.
I've never seen any of the Sharknados.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
How dare you?
Have fun?
No, JR, how dare you? It's called Sharknado. Don't think that anybody should see it. Okay? So how dare you try to criticize either one of us? Because I haven't seen any of those because, again, the name is Sharknado. You're implying that a shark and a tornado are together trying to ruin people's lives. Okay? Shut up.
You know what? Whatever. You don't want to have fun in your life? Then don't have fun in your life. Do stupid shit.
I have fun in my life all the time.
That you're top shelf and don't watch some of the funniest and most dramatic performances you've ever seen in your life.
In Sharknado.
Shut motherfucking. Sharknado's the shit.
Sharknado's the shit. It is shit, it sounds like. Don't say it's the shit.
Well, if you haven't even tried to watch it, then you should keep your mouth shut.
I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. One, because you're trying to tell me that I don't know what fun is. I come
don't.
here every Tuesday for
You don't
fun.
know what fun is. You don't know. You don't have an idea. You wouldn't know fun if it bit you in the ass.
In the ass.
Was the accident with a shark?
Shut up. I mean, he does live in Iowa, so maybe.
You never know. Santa Jaws? Yeah.
All right. Enough of this.
Wait, Sharknado came out the day that you got in the car accident? That's sad. Oh, Jesus, Jesse. I just saw that. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, it was all right. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
So I watched it on Peacock, but they also have like a 45-minute documentary about like the real story.
Oh, yeah.
Which has like way less to do about like the bear, because the bear died. Obviously, like the real bear died as soon as it ate the cocaine, whatever cocaine it ate. Because they think that he didn't eat all the cocaine because it would have killed him like instantly. Ate enough to kill him, but they think that like someone did come and pick up the drugs, whoever was supposed to, the remaining drugs. But like, yeah, that bear did die. Well, and that was the thing in the actual movie when like Ray Liotta's kicking the little bear cubs. I was like, oh, like I started cheering for the hopped up cocaine out bear.
Yeah, I'm like, cocaine bear, eat that motherfucker.
Like he's killing your bear. The best though is when they like the little bear cubs pop out of the duffel bag and they're white. And the kid's like, they look like polar bears because they're just covered in cocaine.
Oh yeah, nothing like little baby bears on coke.
But the documentary was pretty interesting.
Where did the show go wrong? So I'm going to ask myself.
We started it.
How long ago did Tom join?
I meant this episode, jackass.
Ouch.
You know, I was the only for the first 5 minutes of this fucking show. I was the only one that was talking to. So I mean, JR wasn't here. You weren't any help. I carried this shit, okay, for a good long time. Okay,
5 minutes.
Will not. I mean, when was the last time you carried it by yourself, JR? Yeah, okay, shut up.
Dude, what do you mean? Oh, so you don't even, shut up.
Got that?
Well, that's exactly what you sounded like to me, Dick Nose. Everybody knows now. Now it's not top shelf, top shelf Dick Nose.
See, yes, Bryce gets it. The only draw is correct. Obviously, that's why it's there. Damn it. And the voices do count. Yeah, you're not wrong. The top shelf. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that.
What?
That's childish and immature. You're better than that. Not by much, but you're better than that. Don't mute my mic.
But you know what?
You're not better than that, Tom. You suck.
I miss that guy.
Oh.
I miss that guy.
HCW says he's the voice.
Not of the 2 count. Didn't.
Such good shit.
You know, for a guy who's sick, I'm surprised you're trying to go back to that well.
I think he's doing well for being under the weather. And let's be honest. I mean, he's probably got the best Vince impersonation on our show.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
especially when really like you actually do voices.
Yeah, but I don't do Vince. See, I have there's gold. Oh yeah.
You gotta give the people what they want, Dick Nose.
I don't know why that makes me laugh so much.
I don't know. It broke Badger last week.
Broke both of these fucking assholes. Broke Badger. He couldn't stop laughing. Fucking JR was a fucking hyena.
I think if you go back and watch, I think it was
Oh, hey, look, it's a big dick nose.
It's
though.
a big dick nose, though.
Giant dick. Is it though? Like, cause he's always like, "You're fire." I feel like Macho Man's more of like,
Cup of coffee in the big
yeah,
time.
like
Cup
it's
of
very.
coffee in the big time. You got to get some of that deep in here. You got to make it all rasp.
And you got to do that. Yeah, like
yeah,
talks to himself after every.
Yeah, you got to be a little lower. Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time. Cup of coffee.
yeah, the cream rises to the top. Oh, yeah.
You got lust in those eyes, Hogan. That's the best line ever. You got lust in those eyes for Elizabeth.
I mean, HCW, he's not wrong. Everybody has a macho. It's just whether it's good or not. It's the same thing. Like everybody has a Christopher Walken. It's not good for most people, but everybody has one.
I don't. My Walken's shit.
A lot of people don't have Jesse Ventura, though.
Correct.
And that's the truth, sons of bitches.
We're pretty blessed on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only people I know that can do a good, viable Jesse Ventura are JR and Ricky Noren.
I learned how to do it when I had a terrible cold.
Great story.
So that's how you learned it, huh?
Yep. Most of my voices come from being ill.
I don't know who Brent Fillmore is, but I will believe you. I guess Will Sasso technically had a good one back in Mad TV as well. So
I used to call. I used to be on the Bitboard list and did radio call outs. I have a cassette tape from one station. A guy taped it and sent it back to me. But
all right, Jesse, do Jesse again.
What do you? Oh, so have you ever heard of a conspiracy about Tom Chilstrom being a dick nose?
You're fired, Jesse.
Jesus. And we were worried about whether we were going to go short tonight. Fucking Jesse's loving that one. Tina's loving it.
Because
is everybody just loving it?
It's funny. It's not top shelf. It's funny.
HCW says he does a good Alex Jones and Obama. I used to do a pretty decent Obama, but then I figured it was probably racist.
No, it's not racist. Go ahead.
Nope. Not after saying it.
You know, one of my favorite sketch bits involving Obama was from the Key and Peele when they do the anger, his anger translator. And this is Luther, my anger translator. Ha! Just always pissed.
Well, then when they did the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah, the real one. Yeah, he actually did it for Obama.
Yeah. It's like, okay, Luther, okay. Okay, just.
Those guys, I mean, those are. This is super off topic for wrestling, even though we're about to end. But like, Comedy Central is just so good about hitting gold with certain sketch shows. I mean, Chappelle's show, Key and Peele. What else was there? There was a few more.
Swartzens wasn't bad.
Swartzens wasn't bad. Nick Kroll's wasn't horrible. The Kroll show.
Yeah, the Kroll show had mostly good.
Who was the two chicks? It wasn't much of a sketch show, but it was still a pretty good show.
Broad City.
Yeah. You had the Sarah and Silverman. Like, it's pretty amazing to see kind of how they'll hit gold with some stuff, even if it's only good for like a season or two, and then it's like, okay, go away now.
Well, it's hard to come up with that shit like prolifically, you know?
Yeah. Well, and Key and Peele were just so good at it.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite characters is Keegan-Michael Key. Garfunkel and Oates, another great one.
Yeah.
When he would do his character on Reno 911, where they would walk up to him and he'd be like, now hypothetically, if I done cut someone's head off, would that be a crime? You're like, that was another one. Reno 911 was such a good show.
They tried to make a comeback with it. I mean, is it
Yeah.
still? I don't know if it's still running or not.
Well, I don't know what it was on.
I think they try to do it through one of the streaming apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, because used to love Reno 911. Fuck, I need to go to sleep. They made a Christmas Paramount. That's who it is. Yep, and they made a Christmas special. Exciting news for Tommy and I on the cruise front. We have a hotel booked for our first night in Miami, so that's becoming more real. So woo woo.
Wow.
Yep. We're hanging with a group of folks that you all have met before that I am new to, and they are adamant about the fact that this hotel is only steps away from a bar that they have all drank at before. So I can't wait until I have to be a bodyguard for people I've never met.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out with Erica and Jason and Danny and Jen and a bunch of those people. So it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time.
Ace Tina sending you pictures, man.
Oh, I did. Thank you. Yeah, Tina was at the show this weekend. Next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, April 29th, Madhouse Wrestling makes their return for 2023. We will have Luke Raven on 1 week from tonight to preview that show.
Is the 29th Friday?
Saturday. It's a Saturday. Week from Saturday. And if you guys are interested, this weekend I'll be in Coon Rapids at the North Bar and Grill for OG Comedy. That starts at 9:30.
Yeah, we're not interested.
Shut up. And then Saturday I'll be in St. Cloud at Beaver Island Brewing for the Silly Beaver Comedy, 7 and 9 o'clock for those, if anybody's interested. What's that, JR? Did you have something else you want to say?
Pass. Still hard pass.
You guys can also see me one of these days. Just go ahead and kick JR in the balls myself. Take some of that shine from Golden God if I can.
Not going to happen.
May we both have good shows, HCW. Yeah, and Jimmy Wild made his return this weekend at Absolute, and he's got a title shot against Clay Cooper on the 29th for the Madhouse title. So that's going to be a great match. Great match. Oh, look, everybody's hoping you get a bunch of laughs.
That's all he has to do is show him his dick nose.
Yeah, I don't have anything going on this weekend. So, yeah, the 29th. But again, we'll have Luke on this week. We'll look for an episode of Briscoe Big Ace Show probably tomorrow. We'll have another one on Monday with a special guest. We have another special guest coming on in a couple weeks. So, very big episode. Watch for that. Your hint is he goes by 3 letters. Should be pretty easy to figure that one out. But he'll be on the show in a few weeks here, so watch for that with me and Mus Briscoe.
HHH.
Way off. Ooh, a good guess with the OBD. MJF.
I'm thinking RVD. That's just a guess.
I mean, EC3, it's 2 letters and a number, but... All right. I'm so glad that no one's excited about my show. So fuck you, JR.
I didn't say anything.
Thursday night, I'm at the Island Casino in Harris, Michigan, which is north of Green Bay. So
yeah, just remember everybody. JR is your hookup for weed.
I know nobody will come to it. I don't care. Nobody who's watching this show will come to it at any rate.
You don't know that.
Like nobody from this show that's watching will go to any of Tom's. And that's fine.
That's not true, dude. Yeah, you don't know who's going to come to the shows.
Sure.
You don't know who's even watching.
Everybody's watching, but you know, if you have one person that goes to the show because you mentioned it here, I'm going to be shocked because we know where most of these people are.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, I don't think anybody would, walk across the street to see you for free.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna text. Hold on. I got a show here. Hold on. June the 9th.
Yeah, that's not true, but you can think it.
Granger, Iowa. It's just north of Algona, where you guys can see me and Ace on May 6th. back there in Algona as well. So there you go. It's just north of there. Literally, GPS is even telling me it's easier and faster to go down 169 to get to Greatinger, Iowa, at a golf course, mind you.
That's okay. You should.
Was it?
It's Grettinger.
Okay,
you should
cool.
know how to say it.
Sure.
When you're gonna go.
Yeah, because you live in this state, JR. Okay, how many people do you know who are outsiders to this state? They call
things. I know what the names of cities are.
Let me finish my fucking statement, asshole. I don't live in Iowa, okay? So if I say a name of the town wrong, I shouldn't be fucking treated like this for saying it wrong. People come into this state all the time, fucking say Edina wrong.
So are you gonna go to Tuck?
Both of you need to shut up. Anyways, we'll see you guys next Tuesday for a great preview of Madhouse Wrestling with Luke Raven. Everybody, go watch Tom and JR do their comedy shows, though, for real. Support comedy in the clubs that do it. We don't want to see it die.
Oh, Tom got man left.
He looks great.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I didn't leave, asshole. I just want to be off camera. So I'm flipping you off, and I don't want to keep doing that on Twitch.
You picking your dick nose? Oh, man, don't do it. Don't do it. Thanks for watching and hanging with us, you guys. Bye-bye.